Hello all, in this video I'm going to tell you about how to prepare a successful career episode, what's the structure of it and why you need this document. If you would like to apply for one of skill migration programs of Australia, you have to prepare a Competency Demonstration Report or CDR that composed of 3 career episodes, 1 professional summary statement and a CV resume. For example, for skilled nominated visa subclass 190 and skilled work regional visa subclass 491, you have to prepare 3 career episodes. A successful career episode can improve your chance of visa approval. This document is a description of your professional experiences or contribution to 3 projects that can be done or what it has been done in the industry or academia in the past. You have to get into details of the project and describe your capabilities and prove to the Engineers Australia that you meet the engineering standards for a practice in Australia. Indeed, Engineers Australia assess your professional experiences, skills and credentials and then decide about your engineering capabilities and approve you for an invitation letter to join engineering team or engineering community of Australia. Career episode composed of 4 main parts: an introduction, a background, a personal engineering activities or work activities, and a summary statement. It has to be read in 2,500 words, not to be more than 3,000 words. Be informative and also specific about the project you're talking about. Do not get into details of the project, so it could be difficult for the engineering team to review your report. Also, do not use so much cliche word or do not speak so general about what you have done in the past. So be specific and informative in brief. You have clearly mentioned what you have done. For example, I contributed to the design of a model, or I designed a process, and also clearly show or demonstrate your skills in the career episode. It can be any project that you have done in the past, for example, an academic thesis or a course project, or a project that you have done in an industry. So before we get into details of successful preparation of a career episode, I would like to show you a sample career episode that we have prepared for one of our petroleum engineers and a client. So through the text, I explain to you how to prepare a successful career episode. Consider this career episode for a petroleum engineer who worked on a project about the development of a novel thermal model to enhance the gas lift design. This episode composed of 3 parts: an introduction, a background, a personal engineering activity or personal work activity, and finally a summary. As you see, each paragraph starts with a number. For example, this is the career episode number 2, part 1, and the second section, career episode 2.2, and the other one. Each section have to present a specific information, and it's very important you mention the section number. It's very important because when you try to write your professional summary statement after writing the 3 career episode, You should mention which one of the skills you acquired during which project. So you have to mention these numbers so it can be easily tracked by the reviewers of your career episode. In the first part of the career episode, you have to clearly mention what you have done by saying, I worked on the development of a model, I conducted these experiments, I contributed to this project, I designed this process, and anything else. And then you should mention the start and end date of the project. For example, the project started on October 2011 and lasted 1 year and concluded after 2 years, and anything else. Then in the next sentence, you should give a brief description of your contribution to the project by saying that you have done the literature review, the methodology, the conceptual design, and the modeling or simulation works, and anything else. And finally, you should mention where you have done the project. It was an institute, at a university, or a company, organization. You should give the exact name of the place that the work was done. In the second part of the career episode that's related to the background section, you have to give some information about the place that the work was done. It was a university, what was the ranking of the university, it was a college, or it was a company, what are the main area of activity of the company, or if it's an institute, what are the main objectives of the institute, or what programs it offer. And also give some information about the number of employees, about the ranking of the place, university, and some information of this kind about the place that the project was done. In the third part, you should give some information about the project, what exactly you have done. For example, you done the analysis and design of a gas lift strings in an oil wells. What was your basis, or what was your engineering assumptions, or what was your criteria for conducting this project? What factors have been considered, and which one is neglected or seem to be insignificant in your model? Give some information about the project and what factors does it consider, and where it, or this model, for example, in this case, can be applied, and in which situations it can be used. Give some information about the application of the model in this case. If it's an experiment, about the application of the experimental results. If it's a design, where the design can be used. You give some information about the variables involved in the project, the assumptions, about the factors that can have a significant effect on the model, and how it can be generalized or can be used for engineering purposes. In the fourth part, you have to give some information about the novelty or innovative jobs that you have done in the project, and what's its difference with the other models or other processes or other designs that's already been done. It can be found in the literature or in the open web. What was your main contributions? In the fifth part, you have to give some information about the organizational chart of the project. In how many teams the project was done, or how many teams or groups were involved in accomplishing this project, and what was your role, or you played your role in which one of the teams. For example, you played a role in the engineering team, in the finance, in the coordination, in the marketing team, or anything else. And in each team, how many disciplines or persons with different expertise were involved. For example, in this case, in the engineering team, there was a mechanical engineer, a petroleum engineer, a geophysicist, and you played as a petroleum engineer your contribution to this project. In the sixth part, you have to give some information about your responsibilities. clearly mention the main responsibilities or the main task that you have done in this project. For example, you have done a literature review on the available temperature model for gas lifted wells, or a literature review on different operating condition and anything else. And also you organize the session, you build the team, you set scheduled meetings with different supervisors or manager, or developing a model, a mechanistic model, or set up the experiments, and so on. You have to clearly mention what was your main responsibilities in this project. From part 7 to 9, you have to discuss about the personal engineering activity. It's similar to methodology or material and methods, and the resultant discussion in a research or scientific paper. A similar structure have to be obeyed in this presentation of the career episode. If it's a modeling work, you have to mention the models and what equation were used in your project. If it's an experimental work, you have to mention what methodology or what methods or what type of instruments were used in accomplishing the project, and give some of the main research results, or what was your achievements. Give some discussion of the research findings by presenting or showing some of the main experimental results, or the algorithm that used for modeling or programming work. The 10th and final part is for summary. In this part, you have to mention the main findings of the project in 100 or 150 words. It should not be so long. For example, in this case, the student clearly discussed that developed a new model, but it was specific that this model optimized the gas injection point and gas injection pressure. It's based on the empirical data available for this type of oil field, and also what was the main assumptions for developing this model. It can be of more general use, or no, it can be used specifically for this type of process operations. And also what was the main finding. In this case, for example, the assumption of isothermal flow in the annulus could pose significant errors in the density profile. It was one of the findings that he mentioned here. You can mention or discuss other main findings of your project in the summary section. I wish you luck in your career episode and your migration